Hey everybody, Sean here from BoredParacord.com and also Paracord.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make the heart-stitched paracord bracelet. Now I've already created the bracelet part of it, so we're just going to cover the stitching in this video. Now if you want to learn how to make this part of the bracelet, I have a video link down in the description, and that'll get you set up perfectly for that part of it. Now, what I've already done, I've already stitched one so that I have a kind of reference that I can look back at, and so that you can see what we're doing. Now, also, I have a micro fid, which is this guy here. This fid here is perfect for doing stitch work like this, and it's threaded. So what I did here is I melted the end of the microcord, and then it simply just screws right into the end of the fid there. So the design that we're going after is we have a heart here, and then right next to it we're going to have an upside down heart, and then it's going to repeat. So it'll be right side up, upside down, right side up, upside down, and that's going to continue all the way down. So like I said already, I already did one portion of this bracelet, and that's just so that you can see what we did. So let me first start by saying that you start from the back side and you work your fid through from the back. So this is your first starting point, is the back side, and it's going to be the first hump from the buckle. So you find the first hump, and it can be on either side. I chose to go on this one because if I started it over here, it would probably look a little funny coming up through this hole here. So that's why I started it on the next one. So all I did is ran my fid through, I pulled it out so that I have, a few inches out the back side, and that's so that it doesn't pull back in. And we'll go back at the end and cut that off and singe it. Okay, so the first step, we're going to do this just as if this heart was already, just as if this heart wasn't here. We're going to do the first step as if you're starting it up here. So what you want to do is you want to find the first underneath hump, this one right here, right at the bottom of the heart. So where the point comes down, you want to go underneath and then through that first hump right next to it. Just like that. And we're going to pull all the cord through. All right, so now let's take a look at this, because there's a little bit of a rule here. So you're going to come up through this one, down through this one, so it's going to go under, and you're going to come up through this one. And then you're going to go across, down, and up, and through, back to your starting point. And I'll just show you that real quick. Try to keep this as easy as possible. Okay, so you can see we went over top and down through. So we went through here. We're going to skip one, and we're going to come up through that one. Just like that. And we're just going to double it back on itself. So now we're going to go down through this one. And you can see it kind of does like an S. Goes over, under, over. I got a little bit of a twist there. So we'll get that out. Now we're going to go down through the one where we came up through. Pull everything through. Just like that. And basically what this is doing, this is forming the top part of the heart. You don't want it pulled real tight. You want it to be a little loose so that it forms two dips right here. Now once you've come down through the bottom, now you want to go up through where you started at. Just like that. Now this is the easy part. You're just going to take it from this spot here, and we're going to draw our line. So that's this part right here. We're going to draw that line straight over here, and you're going to go down through that. Okay, and that gives us our line down the side of the heart. Now you would think that this would just come up here, but what we're going to do, we're going to go through the back side and come up through this spot right here and then run it down so that the cord goes down through that hole. So you're going to want to run the cord under the back and up through this spot right here. Real easy, real easy. Okay, so once you have that side of the heart done, once it comes up through here, now we're going to do the other side of the heart. And it's just going to cross over real nicely and go down through the bottom of the heart. I just hooked it on my leg, so that didn't help. There we go. All right, and there's the other side of the heart. Now you just repeat the process again, which is real simple to do. Where we went down through, we go over to the backside hump, the first hump, and from the backside, you're going to bring it up through toward the front. And this is to start the first hump. Oh, what do we got going on here? I think yep, I got the paracord wrapped around the bracelet. Get that out, there we go. And we'll pull that tight. And I still got this extra hanging off. There we go. All right, so we'll get that pulled through. And what we're doing now is we're going to do these stitches here, this one and this one. So it goes over, under, over, and then back under and back up through toward the front. So we'll take this down. I apologize if this is a little long. I knew it was going to be a little long explaining this video. That's why I didn't explain the very beginning of it. So just bear with me. So we went over, now we're doing our under. So we're going to come up through this one. Just like that. There we go. And once we have our under, now we're going to go back over, and go back down through that same hole, pull everything through, and get our next, that's the second hump of the heart there. And then we take it over here and come up through the same starting point, just like that. Once you have that, just one second, I'm going to turn off the autofocus here real quick because it's kind of bugging me how it's doing that. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so we have the two humps of the heart here. We're just going to draw a straight line down to the middle. So if you look where the two humps come together right here, if you draw a line down, this is the hump that you go through. And I know hump isn't like the technical word for it, but it's the easiest way to describe it for people that are not familiar with paracording. Okay, so we go down through that hump. We're going to take it around the back, and we want to come up through this spot right here. It's kind of like playing connect the dots. You just have to figure out where these lines go. So we'll go through there, pull it through, and once you get that one, then you can connect the dot at the bottom of the heart and go down through. And you're back at step one. And you can see the hearts are really starting to take shape. So at this point, you always have the option to pause it, reverse it, watch it again. I think you've got enough information. I'm going to finish this up and I'll be back to show you how to cut the excess ends off here and finish the bracelet up. I'll be right back. Alrighty, there it is. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hearts on here. And it literally only took me about 5 minutes to do from here over as far as the stitching goes. So once you pick up on the pattern, it flies. I mean, I did kind of mess up in one spot. I had to undo like 3 different spots. But once I got it down, it just flew right through. So let's get to getting, and we're going to cut these ends off. The back of it looks kind of cool too. It's got like a, I don't know, like a weird zigzag look to it. We're just going to snip these real close down to the bracelet. And we want to make this so that this little bit of cord, you can see it if I put my finger there, that little bit of cord doesn't pull through. So we'll just hit this with a torch lighter, trying to melt everything around it like I just did. And we'll flatten that down smooth, just like so. And then we'll come over to this other side here. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here. Do the same thing on this one. Cut her right there. And like I always say, I can't see the flame, so I got to be real careful not to burn the everything around it, which I'm doing right now. Just use the corner of that. Now, if you have a smoothing tool, can't go wrong with a smoothing tool. That's probably the best thing you could use, other than the corner of these lighters, which this has like a matte finish to it, and the paracord tends to stick to that. Other than that, this is an awesome lighter. It's a single flame. Single flame is by far my favorite. I used to use this one here. This is a dual flame. You end up burning more cord than you really want to. And then this white cord, I have at least 2 feet of this left. So if you want to use 6 feet of cord to do this bracelet, 6 feet of cord, I'm fairly certain would be plenty good, because I really can't do anything with 2 feet of cord. So 6 to 7 feet for the micro cord, and I think you'd be good. But yeah, that's the finished bracelet. I made this one a little small. I don't even think this would fit my wrist, but it's a nice size bracelet. It looks really good when it's, you know, in the circle look when it's closed. But yeah, there it is. That's the Valentine's Day. And the reason I did this one is because Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and this will give you a little head start on your Valentine's Day projects. But head on over to the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/paracordon. I hang out in there quite often, and I post a lot of stuff in there, as well as over 30, oh man, I don't even know, 34,000 people in there right now. I could be wrong, but lots of people in there posting stuff. So head on over there, check it out. There'll be a link down in the description for that. Well, wait just 1 second. Before we get on to that, I do want to let you know that in the description of this video, there is a promo code for 10% off of 2 of these fids, or a 3-pack, which has a small, medium, and a large fid in it. It'll give you 10% off. Here's the difference in size. You can see this one is the 550 fid. This is the micro fid, and then there's one in between. So you can get 10% off of the 2-pack of the micro fids, or you can get 10% off of the 3-pack of one of each. So until next time, paracord on.